Hi, Q2 fans and followers. We're going to have a great show tonight. We're going to give people a few minutes to pop on in here and get started. I'm excited to get through this story and see what you guys think. There's a lot to get through. This investigation is going to be really exciting tonight. So let's just give people a few minutes and we'll get started. Pop in and let me know how you're doing. Happy Saturday. We're going to be going into the wee hours of Halloween tonight, so we'll let you know towards the end where our location actually is. Maybe you'll get it figured out by then. We're going to have some hints. We have some hints on our page, and there's a lot of history in this area, so it's exciting to see what's going to happen. How's everybody doing? My name's Jolie. I'm the lead researcher and historian for Q2 Paranormal. And the area we're going to be talking about tonight it's got a rich history. It's got a lot of people from prehistoric times even. There's history of mounds all through the area. So cultural significance there, and there's a lot of Native American history as well. It was primarily Native American land for many, many years until both the English and the French came in and started wanting to settle the land. They started building forts in the area. So as it happened, when the pioneers came, the westward expansion pushed on the native land. And there was a lot of skirmishes. It was violent, and it was bloody. And it was really, really graphic. So I don't know if we want to get into the details of that. But it was so bad that even some of the early pioneers got an extension on the time that they had to build their land and to build on it and settle it, because the government understood that they were getting pushback from the Native Americans and they weren't allowed to settle it. So there was a lot of treaties broken, promises made, and a lot of violent, bloody things happened. But, it wasn't just the westward expansion that caused that. Throughout history, there's violent people. And it's not necessarily caused by a cause. Some people are just evil people. So that leads us to tonight's story. We have an individual in early days. We're not talking about recently. We have an individual that preyed on females. And we even see that now, throughout history. There's been people that prey on other people. And nowadays, we have dating sites, websites, and apps. And you meet strangers on social media. And it's always a risk. You have to be careful. So what happened is this individual preyed on females through the mail. And it was like a Lonely Hearts Club is what it was. And he wrote letters to multiple people. And made them all the promises in the world. He said that he was extremely wealthy. He was an engineer. And he was just looking for, his perfect wife. To live the dream life in his huge home. And enjoy the riches and all the luxuries. And he preyed on wealthy, lonely women. And apparently, he was good at it. So he came to the area and found a wife. And she had land and property and family homes and more property and a thriving business. So they married, but during this time, he never stopped. He had met her through one of these letters, and they fell in love. But he never stopped preying on other women. And he kept writing to people. One of the women that he wrote a letter to thought she was in love with him. And she was a single mother at a time where it really wasn't popular or socially acceptable to be a single mother. And she had 3 children. And one day he showed up at her home. And he showed up with flowers and promises. And she just disappeared. She left her children with somebody else, and she left and nobody saw her again. So it wasn't long before a letter arrived with the caregiver of the children saying that it was the mother, and she was instructing that person to release the children to him, and said that she was just going to stay in the East where they had moved. And she wanted the children to come, and he was to bring them to her. And so they allowed it, and they sent the children, and nobody ever saw the children again. So the story gets stranger from there. Believe it or not, he showed up at the woman's house, and the neighbors were suspicious. So the police had arrived, and they questioned him about it. He was actually clearing out the furniture and the valuables. And he told the police that they had just simply moved, and he was there to collect her belongings. So the police believed that story. And he was allowed to continue doing what he was doing. So when he left, it was discovered that he didn't take any personal belongings. He only took the valuables and anything that he could perhaps sell for a profit. So we have a mother and 3 children that have disappeared, and we have a man who is still writing letters to multiple women. So it's not long before another woman in another part of the country has fallen prey to this guy. And she, in turn, disappears as well. So authorities are getting suspicious. But the man is cunning, and he's used multiple names. So he's used one name in one location and another name in another location. And this is a time before the internet, and they don't really have great communication at all in between places. So far he's getting away with it really well. And who knows how many women he's pulled in through this same scheme. And what has happened is authorities are starting to check into him. They've checked into the house. They see that the woman and the children are gone, and they're wondering about the man that said he was taking their things, but he didn't take their clothes, and he didn't take any children's toys. And he didn't take anything that seemed personal to the family. So during their investigation, they come upon some letters, and the letters are postmarked to a gentleman in another part of the country. And upon investigating that, somebody went there and they started asking around. And they found out that there were letters coming in. There were a lot of letters coming in. They were coming into a post office box under a different name to a man that was getting 10 to 20 letters a day. A day. From all kinds of women all over the place. And so the man is living a different life that seemingly nobody knows about in his vicinity. And women around the country are disappearing. It's hard to believe that this can happen in this day and age, but it does happen. And perhaps it's easier to track now, I don't know. But just be careful. Because anytime you're talking to somebody that you don't know, especially if you're going to go somewhere with them, that's just crazy. That's crazy. Get to know people. Because when they realized that this guy is more and more suspicious and his stories aren't adding up, and they're finding all these letters and there's all these different things, a different name at the post office box, they go to him and they find letters on him. The story says he has letters in his pocket, to multiple women, ready to send out. And they start investigating where he lives. I understand that they just arrested him without the proof, but when they went to look for it, they certainly did find it. He had a couple different buildings. He had a garage that was built. And in the garage, he found damning evidence. They found a noose that was hanging. They found a trap door underneath the noose. And they found rooms that were just essentially made of cells. And the people that were brought there, they met a grisly end. So I'm gonna see if we can get you some more of this story during our investigation. It would be great if we can really make a connection here, because it's just unbelievable when you think about what those people went through and how somebody could be so callous and uncaring and unemotional. When he was arrested, he didn't care at all. They said he showed no emotion at all. And when he described in graphic detail what he had done to those people, he showed no emotion at all. He showed no excitement. He showed no grief. He showed no remorse. So we're gonna find out more about where this happened, and our team is setting up right now. Sorry about the delay, everybody, but we've had some inclement weather, and it's taken them a little bit longer to get ready for tonight's show. So make sure you stay tuned. Get a hold of your friends. Tell them we're getting ready to come on. It's not going to be long. When this man was caught, he just admitted it. He didn't even deny anything. And people were so outraged that they wanted to lynch him. The story at the time was probably one of the biggest stories that had hit the area, and it was just so awful. It was like a train wreck. People they couldn't look away. And I don't know what happened, but it turned into kind of a circus. They said 5,000 people showed up wanting to lynch him. And it's my understanding that his wife, who it's reported had a previous husband that was acquitted of murder, which is a little weird, I think. His wife leased their property to somebody that sold tickets to come out and tear pieces off the murder garage and keep them as souvenirs. So I don't know who does that, but she was questioned for a long time, and she was released. And he was moved in secret to a more secure jail facility because they were rightfully so afraid that he was going to just be taken and hung. That was not uncommon in the time. It was not uncommon in the area. Hangings happened and lynchings happened. And they ended up eventually hanging him themselves. So he met perhaps the same end that his victims met, although I can assure you that he probably did not go through the terror that they went through. So stay tuned, guys. We've got our team setting up. We're going to be on location, and it's going to be a wild night. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay, guys, we're just getting a couple more things ready. Gonna be waiting just a couple minutes. Thanks for tuning in. It is a nice, crisp, cool evening. Very, very quiet. My name's Terry. It's great to see you. I'm gonna go catch up. And we're about ready. How are we feeling, Chelle?
Good. How are we feeling?
Pretty good on my end. Nice and clear. Can't really complain about the weather anymore.
No, at least it's not raining.
No. Those are famous last words.
Yeah.
But we'll take a walk. We'll follow you wherever you're going.
Okay. I've already been getting a few things. Getting a woman who keeps saying something about her mouth. And she wants us to walk a few steps. She's saying a few steps. I also get a little kid. And he keeps telling me his name is Cedric. She's got brown hair. The woman has brown hair. She's wearing a dress. She's kind of got it up in like a bun, I guess. Not really a bun the way we do it these days. Chris, do you get anything?
No, the man doesn't.
Is telling you anything?
Not for a second. I just keep feeling this energy like it's moving around.
And then I hear a man saying, so there's a little boy that says, I see you. And then there's a man that says, shh. It's starting to make me dizzy.
Does the front of your head hurt when you're dizzy?
What?
I got that dizzy thing, but it feels like there's a pressure in the front of my head.
I don't think that. So I feel like there's a man here, and he is watching, like, right down the street here, in the street, actually, and he's saying, don't talk, be quiet. There's a little boy and there's a woman, so far.
I felt somebody come up behind me.
Crying, and she's got a little bit here like this. She's getting sad.
I feel drawn this way.
This way?
Like something's pulling me to the left.
This way?
Yeah.
Somebody just moved. You feel anything? This way still?
I hear a woman talking. I don't know what she's saying. It's really low.
And somebody said, you guys want to see?
Somebody said it smelled nice. Smelled nice. Smelled nice.
Listen to me. Step 3. I don't know if that was Yeah, there's a man here that's telling them that he's dead. But I'm getting down there. And my head's starting to hurt.
My head's spinning. I feel like I'm vertigo.
Yeah, that's how I told him that.
I feel like I'm cheating.
So, I can't get the woman's name. She won't tell me. She's afraid of the man that's standing around. But I'm getting that it starts with an M or an F. It's maybe that's her initials, or she won't
You
tell
just
me her
told me
name.
to go up the hill.
What?
I was just told to go up the hill.
Up the hill.
I feel like I'm just standing over that and walking.
Over there? Someone just said shh again. We've got 3. We just keep saying 3.
The man just said this way. Which way you wanted to go?
Move. And I've got a cusser that I'm not going to repeat because of children. But he's calling us names. And he said, don't ignore me. Yeah. Hey, little buddy. Some man just said, hey, little buddy.
I just got the name Frank. Said my name's Frank.
Quick move.
See a man wearing a flannel shirt and like a floppy old, like an old welding hat. I don't know what you really call the hat itself. It's kind of flopped down on itself.
The woman on the screen has a dress on and she has like an apron. It's like down below the knees and it's tied in the back and it comes up like a V here. And she's got like a, I don't know, like I say a bun, but it's like really weird looking, like all over her head. Like
Rolls.
weaves of hair. Like
Braids. Plaits.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
And then they said, camera? Camera?
I feel like somebody's standing to my left. I just felt something walk up on my arm was cold.
So, Chris's abilities, he can feel things, whereas I hear, I don't know, do you hear things too?
I hear them, but I don't really pick up on hearing as much as seeing, and they show me locations. And
You might have to speak up.
I hear them, and I see them, whereas you mainly feel them, right?
Yeah, I feel them, and I see like locations, and it's like picture flashes, but it's in motion. It's like a non-stop picture reel, just kind of like the old 6mm. You know what I'm talking about? How it just flicks through, and it's kind of like that, but it's really fast sometimes, and sometimes it might be a single image that I get. And
My head's starting to hurt. Right here.
feels like something just grabbed my left arm again. So they grabbed me at the elbow.
And then there's a woman. Something with her mouth. My mouth. Like maybe right here was cut or something. But it's on both sides. And she's just like, my mouth.
Can we move over this way? I just keep feeling drawn toward these trees.
Yeah. Can you reach me? A little boy just said, can you reach me? Hey, watch it. Another man said, hey, watch it.
Is there a house or something over here? Like a big 2-story house?
A huge school.
A what?
School.
A school?
Was it 2-story?
Yeah,
I keep seeing a 2-story building.
at least.
Where?
With a basement. It burned to the ground 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago.
I feel like somebody might have died in that fire. I think that's who's trying to get my attention. Because whoever it is keeps trying to pull me that way. And I just got the name Frank again.
At the same time, I got the name John.
You feel anything, Terry?
There's a little bit of a skeptic.
That don't mean that he can't feel something. He can feel some type of energy.
I feel chilly.
It's making me dizzy.
Feel chilly?
I'm glad that you guys are getting something. I'm definitely glad to hear it, and I'm definitely happy to film it. So don't mind me at all.
Anybody else hear that whisper right there? I swear it sounds like somebody's in between me and Terry. I put that on my light.
What, were you about 5 feet apart?
Yeah.
You don't have to put the light on me.
Like it literally felt like somebody was right here and was like they were trying to get our attention. And now my arm's chilled up again, my left arm.
Some man just said, here she comes. Can I get Frankie?
Might be the same name that I got. I got Frank. Might be the same person. Maybe they went by Frankie.
Yeah? Someone just said, yeah? Just like that?
I don't hear who both of us are.
Both of you.
Might be because of the mask.
Are you getting anything?
I don't know. I just felt like something's pulling me further this way into this field. Like I said, I didn't know what was here. Terry said it was a school. I think whatever this guy's trying to do, I think it's the guy, maybe somebody got hurt in that fire. I could be wrong, but I'm pulled that way. And
Do you think his name is Frankie?
yeah, I kept getting Frank and you got,
I got
Frankie.
But could be Frank.
Same person. Let's mosey over here by this other tree and see what we can get. I just got a lot of pressure in my ear. You get that? I don't know, almost like a wave pressure on your
My left ear
eardrum.
is hurting right here.
Feels like your eardrum's expanding. He just said he was on the bottom. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know what the bottom was. I just saw a shadow go across through the field. I saw it like in the middle of the field and then about a quarter way before you get to the peak of it, it disappeared.
I just got a man say stay here, and he went like this when he did it. He said, I'm me. Just, I'm me. When I'm trying to get his name.
Bev is asking if we caught the orb that went past.
No.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, encourage them to, like, anything they see.
Yeah.
Feel free to interact with us.
Yeah,
See
anything.
something, let us know.
Just because I'm not typing doesn't mean we can't hear you and don't see you.
There's definitely a lot more energy here than over there, I feel. Do
Me
you feel
too.
that way?
Yeah, like I feel like something is right in this area. There's something about this area.
There's a lot of pressure, and it's making me uncomfortable. It's on my back, it's on my head.
My ear hasn't stopped.
It's
like that
on-
pressure in my left
Maybe
ear.
my left ear.
Yeah, mine too. I feel it more in my left ear. It's almost like somebody shoving something in your ear, pushing out all the noise. And
Someone said yes, Chris. I'm getting mainly men.
yeah,
There's like one woman, and there may be 2 children, but definitely 1 child, maybe 2.
hold on 1 second. I'm gonna ask a question and see. Give a minute in between so if we get an answer. Is somebody here named Frank? If so, can you speak into a recorder? Did you text me?
Nope.
No,
Something tried to pull my vest. Did you see that?
no.
No, I had the lights on you too.
I felt like somebody pulled my vest. Like it felt like it pushed back on my back.
Someone's trying to get your
I
attention.
thought Terry was trying to get my attention.
Nope.
There's a man with a really deep voice that said something, and I couldn't make out what he said.
I heard a deep voice too, and I couldn't make it out. And it was like literally right before I felt the tug on my vest. And
Sometimes I can't hear them clearly, and it drives me nuts.
they talk too low sometimes where you don't understand them.
Speakers. Some guy just said speakers.
Speakers?
Uh,
What about speakers?
I think they think that we are speakers.
If you have something to say, feel free to speak into our recorder.
Yeah, it's fog. Hazy out.
Yeah.
Answering people on the cam.
Where?
I don't feel it as much. Oh, there's on this side. I feel it more. Like right in here. Like something to do with this area. Around these trees.
I feel it right here.
Man, I just got a major pain in my forehead. My forehead, I feel like right here, like I got hit with something. I feel like they're trying to tell me they got hit with something.
I just got that at the same time. He said got hit. And I hear Frank. Frank now. I get 3. Yeah. The little kid just said yeah. Footsteps back. They said footsteps back. I don't know if that means.
I just heard footsteps behind me.
Oh.
That's why I was looking around.
Who's walking behind Chris?
Did I just see somebody walk behind me? Going up the hill?
There's that creepy male
Did you
voice.
hear that?
No.
I I just got a real foul smell.
That man said, me. You must stink a little bit.
Stinky Frankie.
Stinky Frankie.
It's not like a body odor smell. It's like, it smells like rotting flesh to me. Is there something dead here that we ain't seen?
Could be. I mean, it's a tree fell. Bev called out an orb.
You did?
Bev,
Tell Bev I said hello.
she can hear you.
Oh, hi Bev.
Hello there.
My back's starting to hurt.
Mine has 2 on the left side, lower back.
In my lower back. I feel like there's a male that doesn't like women, and I'm gonna have to be careful tonight, probably.
I just heard a man laugh when you said that. Like a sarcastic laugh.
And he's calling us the names again. But I think it's different from Frankie, or Frank.
It's not the same voice.
I feel like Frank maybe in the 50s. He has like a white t-shirt, rolled up sleeves, kind of era. I don't know if that's what he's wearing. I don't see what he's wearing this time. But
If Frank's the one I saw, he's one that was in the flannel shirt with the floppy hat.
floppy hat. So like in the 50s.
Yeah, like 50s era. Like,
Yeah.
you know how they
Like
wear
when I
hats
think
that
of
kind of flop
50s,
down
I
on
think
itself.
of, like-
And I'm not a hat person, so I don't know much about hats. So
Like on the side, floppy.
not so much the side, but like right in the front, like it's kind of flopping down on itself, like it's wore off.
Someone just said go see.
Go see what?
Some kid just said go see. He turned it. He said go see.
I don't know. I just don't like having my back to this area right here by these trees. Like I don't feel like an actual person's going to do something. I just feel like there's something behind me. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's just kind of sneaking around, staying out of sight. Somebody just said, "There's my rod." Where does that train whistle went off? I heard, "There's my rod."
Maybe he's gonna catch the straight. Alright. I think we got a read on the place. You wanna do a sensor depth here?
Yeah, Bev, that's a decoration.
Use this decoration here. Okay.
Point that light towards her.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm set now.
Not me.
I wanna be
You
blinded.
gotta come this way. He don't have a mic on his phone.
Oh.
It's just his phone
I
recording.
have a mic. Oh no, that's my phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a mic for it, but you have to wear it.
Oh.
Well, it still picks us up. That's what we use for a while. That's how you hear so well.
I just got a growl. In my left ear. And this direction right here.
That's what I was saying. That's where I was standing when I heard that voice, and then something tugged. And I asked Terry if he wanted to ink on my vest.
And I got 2 hands on this.
Yeah, so.
So there is a not so nice one here. And there he was, and I couldn't hear him.
He just laughed at you.
He just said joking.
I think we should take a break.
All right.
Move to a different location. Try there for a few minutes, and then we can try an FD session after that.
We're going to take a quick 5, maybe 10, and get relocated, and we'll go live again to see what else we can find. Thanks for sticking around with us, everybody.